I was just reflecting. Actually, it's not even a reflection. It just a pop out insight of how certain subtle way of saying that sometimes we don't really pay attention to, like the awareness. Let's talk about the awareness. Awareness is like a state that grows every day. It grows and expands and become vast and spacious to allow space for things to be and be seen, be felt, be experienced by the individual who is in the surface of the awareness itself. I was just in awe of how I kind of like realized that it's a gift for me, coming from the background I come from in the past, traumatic ways of saying, now being in a position where I am able, like I feel like I'm just getting it every day, some kind of a shock, some kind of like a self-realization of the impact of having a sense of awareness and being aware. So this is simple. Like, one thing I've realized is that in the past, many things used to confuse the hell out of me, out of the state of mind I was using. Of course, again, it was very confused state of mind, distorted, fragmented. So there was a lot of impatient energy that was very impulsive and reactive to everyday life circumstances, driven by the need to have control, to survive life, to be safe and feel secure. And now that is actually something that is, I have identified that as a hindering block to experience a sense of the great I am that is open and receptive to life as a whole. Because what happened is this: in the past, the mind used to divide everything, okay, good and bad, right or wrong. And then out of dividing, every time I would associate with the good, then I will feel in a certain way. If I disassociate with the bad, I will feel in a certain way. And then the mind became awakened to its own reality, because that's what was actually choosing unconsciously, and then it will render me feeling some sort of a way because of what I'll be thinking based on the kind of narrative story I'm choosing to relate with, the thought process, the triggers, and the drive, the motivation that all stemmed from this fear-based mentality driven by distorted information that stems from an unconscious mind. And then now coming into a conscious mind that is present, driven by clarity to see things as they are, I'm experiencing the opposite of what I used to experience. I'm experiencing all that I used to yearn for whilst I was still under the influence of an unconscious mind. Like, for example, I always yearn to experience unconditional love. I always yearn to experience sense of connection to all. I've always yearned to experience a sense of what it's like to have a sense of clarity, to see things as they are, including the sense of who I am and what happens to to how I come to be, my behavior, my patterns, my choices, what influences them. I've always wanted to understand what drives me. So all this has been taking place under the influence of being unconscious of the reality, like not knowing, always having a bit of confusion, a conflict in mind, a sense of diseaseness within my nervous system, and always trying to juggle in between, trying to create a sense of balance with the little information I had. Now that I am in the other side, I've actually gone through the tunnel, and yes, the sun is here. I'm experiencing now the sense of greater I am, sense of deep connection to sense of self, to others, to life, to everything. Open mind. I'm very open-minded to receive life where it is. I'm willing and ready to meet life where it is. I know for a fact that everything is working for my highest good, regardless how it makes me feel or think or sense or whatever the narratives come. I'm just so assured and aware that all that comes to the surface is there for my highest good. Everything is working for my own greatness. Nothing is there to be anything else but to serve the highest good. That is a sense of conviction based on the past experiences, and that has led me to see things in the way that I see and feel now. In the past, I thought, everything happened to me, so I was a victim. Here, I'm a co-creator with life, everyday life sequences with the universe. So everything that is given to me on my doorstep is to serve the highest good. In the past, everything was, I have to make sure that I'm safe. I have to make sure that I had to make sure that I'm protected. I had to, if I didn't feel like secure, I need to pull my walls up. This was the mindset, this was the programming, this was the way that I used to approach life with. Doesn't matter whether it was good or bad, whatever life seconds gave to me, but my defaulting place as to approach whatever that was given was always some sort of coming from a place of a mindset that is influenced by a lot of emotions and noise, projections and imposed information. It just was like a lot of confusion driving my mind with me not being aware of it. And now I'm in the opposite, and it seems like I see everything, and I sense that sense of vastness that I've always yearned for, sense of connection and unity, harmony, flow, sense of being in tune to this moment, open to the unknown and the known, to receive things as they are, whether not having assurance of how things are going to turn. I have a sense of inner security that either way I'm okay, regardless what the case may be. And one thing that I've come to realize, this sense of being okay in the midst of everything, regardless what the case, I know that I'm okay. I'm already okay, regardless what. Because for me, one thing that makes me be so sure, it's the truth and knowing that I'm no longer in a position of expecting. I'm not expecting for anything to be anything. I'm not here. I'm in a position where there's no expectation. I'm in a position where I know for sure that life is full of possibilities, and everything that is given is working together for the highest good of all. So I have that open mind that is receptive to receive life regardless what the case is, knowing that I've already won. In a sense, I'm no longer needing a sense of security or to feel in a certain way in order to be ready to meet life. I'm one with life. I'm in tune with life. I'm in flow. I'm at ease. I'm just one. I'm one with everything. Like literally. Jesus Christ, this is white. This is why this is like those who actually work with the those who practice, alchemists to alchemize energy, those who energy healing, those who want that they will understand, because your whole thing about doing the purging and cleansing and inner work, shadow work, and dealing with your fears, and it's throwing everything. You're not throwing because you don't want it, because you've come to a place where you see the reality of life as it is, and what matters and what does not matter. And because you have that heightened sense of seeing, you, whether you lie, it's not even, you will never, because you just know the truth, and the truth will set you free from all this need to cover yourself up, to mask your energy, to pretend to be something, to be afraid. I mean, the fear is sin, and its own role is sin. The sense, the need to entertain, insecurity from within is sin. The need to want to be right and make others wrong is sin, and it all loses its own powers. Like you it's just like you default now. It's a defaulting state. Your mind default into letting go. Letting go is your middle name. Like you literally let go. The need to attach yourself to certain things because they make you feel in a certain way is also seen. Like there's so much light, there's so much clarity, there's so much insight and understanding and deeper knowledge of how things come to be, the cause and effect of things. And because you have all this, it's like you have wealth, you're so rich. This is the truth, guys. In spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you are super wildly crazy, rich, to the point that like you no longer now need to scramble for things. You like to have a sense of protection, of covering, of masking, and because you are driven by fear. Fear is nothing in you. Like fear is sin, and its own patterns is sin. Everything is sin. Like, this is wild. Like you see things for what they are. You see things for what they are, and because you have the understanding for things to be, you simply allow things to be without jumping, without driven by the need to control or wanting for things to end in a certain way. You are in a surrendered state of mind that renders you connected to all. Because of all this knowledge you have, it liberates your mind. It purges all the attachment that were created based on a distorted mind that was unconscious of self as a whole.